Welcome to the School of Wordcraft and Worldmancy. This is Feedback Frenzy.
Hello everyone and welcome to WriterGreg's School of Worldcraft and Worldmancy. It is time for another Submit Saturday where we are going to review 1,500 words of fiction or a world-building article. If you'd like to have yours reviewed in a future segment such as this, please visit wgc.bz/submit where you can enjoy another of these critiques. All right, we have another article here from Dazzlinkat, and this is the Mount Olympus. This is twisted mythology. So we're going to go into Olympus, and we have this beautiful composited image here. And I guess that's I'm zoomed in a little bit more. So okay, so there's the title. Good. So let's just quickly go through this. Oh, some pretty pictures that we have here. Starting a little bit of fiction. The gods, creatures of Olympus, creatures of Uria, and the secrets. Interesting. Ghetto of the gods. Wow. That's an interesting... when I think of Olympus, ghetto is not the first word that comes to mind. So the fact that you're using that ghetto of the gods, great alliteration and juxtaposition of the two concepts, a ghetto and a god. Really, really good contrasting words there that give me a lot of conflict, and so I need to have that resolution. So it's a great hook already in the title that you have here. Vesta, please, Jupiter begged before the donkey. The hearth is cold and Olympus crumbles. You know my terms, Jupiter, the donkey replied with a woman's voice, sharp with anger. You've had centuries to undo this. She stomped a hoof. The power to do so is gone. Between Jehovah, Allah, Brahma, and their ilk, along with Eastern philosophies, and the turning to ancestral spirits, the faith has left us. Oh, was that? Who was supposed to be saying that? Stop whining about them, Vesta scoffed. Oh, was that supposed to be Jupiter saying that paragraph? I read it like it was Vesta. But what has been done cannot be done with what I have left. Find a way, Jupiter, Vesta, who had once been Hestia, demanded and turned away from the king of Olympus. Until you do, Olympus will return to being a mountain. I don't like he said, she said, and using the said word. I really like, you hear, Jupiter begged before the donkey. She stomped a hoof. Those are really good uses as a way to attribute text to a specific character, and it gives us more insight. If I were to put something in before this, she stomped a hoof, and like Jupiter quickly pulled his feet back, and his shoulders slumped. The power to do so is gone. Between Jehovah, Allah, Brahma, and their ilk, along with Eastern philosophies, and the turning to ancestral spirits, the faith has left us. Stop whining about it then. Okay, and this Vesta scoffed. This is a middle ground. I do kind of like having the, so what, she scoffed, but what did she do because she scoffed? Is she like picking up, is she a full-fledged donkey? Does she have a pack on her back? Is she just trying to maneuver around him? So while these are good to use to break up stuff, I kind of like what you're doing here. Jupiter begged before the donkey. I mean, that immediately paints a picture of Jupiter is begging a donkey. And, Vesta, please. So that the donkey's name is Vesta. It's Vesta. It's just in that first two sentences there, you've already painted a very vivid picture. And that's why I like this form of speech attribution, because it shows. It shows. And Vesta scoffed kind of tells. Yeah. All right. I think yeah. Once upon a time, Olympus had been this lush, divine palace filled with gardens and luxury only the gods could fully comprehend and appreciate. Since then, it has fallen into such great disrepair that the palace stones have been taken by the various gods and made into cottages and homes all about the mountain. Oh, these are some really cool pictures that you got here.
Sprinters and marchers, time is up.
After the realization that Vesta was not going to light the hearth, which would ignite the upkeep magic of the grand palace, the other gods sulked in their various wings and halls. Not until the inevitable collapse of the grand palace did they rouse themselves to make new homes all about Mount Olympus. Weak from the loss of mortal faith, their homes took time to build. Even worse, the more hazardous mythical creatures were now terrible inconveniences, as well as threats. They could deal real harm to the gods. As the homes were built stone by stone, the gods hunted down and relocated anything harmful to the Urea, the lesser mountains that surrounded Mount Olympus as beautiful foothills. On the site where once stood the ground palace, there is now a gritty bazaar where magical and mystical beings can trade, sell, and barter over crafted delights. I would put the link to the gritty bazaar right here and have that link over there, because that was a fun article to read. Many beings coming from beyond Olympus and dare to trek through the Urea to reach it. Many beings come from beyond Olympus and dare the trek through the Urea to reach it. From the rubble, a jumble of buildings has risen. Have risen, not has. Yeah. Like a building has risen, buildings have risen. Okay, Urea. The Urea are the lesser mountains that serve as foothills surrounding Mount Olympus. It is here the more dangerous beasts of Olympus now live. Where to anyone who dares enter Olympus and trek through them to the mighty mountain. Okay, you have that apostrophe where, and it sounds like it's a beware. This sounds almost like a pull-out quote that someone might have said, or there's a warning or something like that. Because the apostrophe capital W for where seems intentional, but maybe not intentional enough to prevent it from being recognized as a mistake. If you were to put that in a pull quote or attribute it to someone, it would then let us know how much more intentional that was supposed to have been. But beautiful photography here, and the colors are pretty consistent, especially these two, and then these 3, 4. Can humans but jumble is singular? A jumble of buildings has risen. Oh. Yeah. Rugrat, you're right. It's a singular jumble. A jumble of buildings has risen. You're right. I hyper-focused on the words, not the phrase. Okay, yeah, I stand corrected. The grand entrance. Only the beauteous entrance to Olympus remains, as it always has. It is a sweeping staircase rising from a wondrous beach for whomever has the wherewithal to focus upon it as they stand on the beach of any kind anywhere in the world. Oh, so that's the story behind that image. Interesting. An ocean, desert, plain, pocket dimension, or other large expanse. Okay.
Stop talking, Greg. It's time to write.
Nope. Yeah, I like this. Okay, let's go through the alphabet. Awesome. I really like the photos. I really like the great story that you have here to hook me into the Olympus. The Ghetto of the Gods title, really good. That helps me understand here. The gods, creatures, and all of those, I would hope that those would be links to future articles, because you could really fill this twisted mythology out with that. Bored, no. Confused. I don't understand the Aurea very well. It's a new term to me, the Aurea, or how you pronounce it. I'm familiar with Olympus. I'm not as familiar with the Aurea. And so if I was your person reading this, I would like to know more about the Aurea, and I would like to know if it's a danger to humans, because these are the hills around Mount Olympus, but I'm not understanding if it is what separates, Olympus, because like here, the grand entrance remains as it always has. So if you go into the grand entrance, then you get in, the grand entrance dumps you off at Aurea, and then you have to travel to get to Olympus. So I'm a little confused about the geography as this pocket dimension relates to reality, because there is a real Mount Olympus. There are real foothills around it. And so is this just a copy of it? So I am a little confused on that. Delete. I don't really have anything to delete. Expand. The Aurea, definitely need to expand. I would recommend expanding that. I really like how you go through and you talk about that. The slow degradation and the forming of the gritty bazaar. Entrance to Aurea, you must cross to Olympus. Okay, so I would specifically call that out under the grand entrance, and maybe I would actually switch those two. Make the grand entrance first and the Aurea second, because then in the grand entrance you explain that that's how you get into there. How you organize an article may vary. You can do an article by chronology, you can do an order by alphabet, or you can do the order of the components of the article on how they would be perceived by others. Now, if you think about Olympus, what's the first thing you see when traveling to Olympus? Well, the first thing you see is the grand entrance. Okay, what's the second thing you see? Well, you see the Aurea. Okay, all right, what's the third thing you see? Well, you should see the Grand Palace and the other buildings, but they're not there anymore. It's now the gritty bazaar. So you've done what it appears to me that you have organized this article in the order of importance. The Olympus is most important. The Aurea is second because that's where all the dangerous animals are. And the entrance is least important because once you're there, you know about it. You're already there. But I believe that it would make more sense for a new person coming into this to organize this as a traveler who wants to go to Olympus. All right, so you want to go to Olympus? Great. Step 1, gate. Step 2, Aurea. Step 3, be disappointed. I mean, Mount Olympus. So thank you so much, Dazzlinkat, for sharing that with us. I'm really liking the twisted mythology that you have here and how they are just falling apart. So thank you so much for sharing that. And if you would like to share your world building or fiction, please read The Secret. Where's The Secret? Secrets. Oh. Jupiter eventually comes up with a plan to bring more faith to Olympus and the gods in desire of believers. Oh, that's a roller coaster. He turns it into a theme park? He turns it into a theme park. Oh, what's his name? The poet Homer is turning over in his grave. He's practically spinning. Mount Olympus Water and Theme Park entrance. Yes. Oh, thank you for calling that out. I did miss that. Awesome. So if you have any secrets that you'd like to share in your hidden articles, please visit me at wgc.bz/submit, and we'll see you at a future Submit Saturday. Thanks, everyone. Catch you later.
Thanks for watching this feedback frenzy. Be sure to show your support by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and clicking the notification bell. WriterGreg offers coaching sessions to help bring your world to life, create compelling stories, and accomplish your creative goals. Please visit wgc.bz/coaching for more details.